Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Lori from Semaglutide for Beginners. I'm going to start a series, and I believe this is going to be the first of a few parts because, so much is going on. When these medications first came out, they were simply for diabetics to help manage the glucose levels. But then they found that a side effect of these medications was great amount of weight loss and appetite suppressant. So once that news broke, it ran like wildfire. Everybody wanted to get in the act. Everybody wanted Ozempic. So they modified it, and then they came out with Wegovy. So Ozempic, Wegovy, those were your semaglutides. Then they came out with the tirzepatides, and those two was Mounjaro and Zepbound. Those are the only two that are FDA approved for weight loss. Then they needed a pill form because a lot of people did not want to inject themselves. And then you came out with a semaglutide pill form, which is Rybelsus. That's it, nothing else. Unfortunately, as with everything else, when this became popular and everyone saw what was happening and losing so much weight, unfortunately, all your scammers came out. Everybody wanted to make money off of people's inability to lose weight the conventional way. And so they came out with an experimental medication called peptides. They're not FDA approved for human consumption, and yet I am forever banning these peptide companies from my Facebook page because that's all they do. Peptide factory, peptide, and they are not FDA approved as of yet for human consumption. So please do not go there. Look, I realize that these medications are very expensive. I do know that. But it's not going to make it any better for you or for anybody else if you decide to go the illegal route. If you decide to go with these scammers online, I'm going to send you a $5 coupon, or, oh, you know what, I had to stop taking them because I'm pregnant. I could sell you the last box I have. No. I think what we're failing to understand a lot is that these medications are serious medications. It's not something to be taken lightly. You need to be under professional care. Stop ordering this stuff online and thinking you're fine. Just yesterday on my Facebook page, some guy is telling people, yeah, sure, you could microdose. You gotta adjust it yourself. That's why I don't go the usual way. Everybody should be in charge of their own medication. You think so? I banned him. You think so? I don't think so. I mean, God forbid, if somebody you know had cancer and they needed chemotherapy, would you go buy chemotherapy online and just stick it in somebody's vein? I would certainly hope not. And that's the same thing with these medications. It is real medicine. You cannot microdose on your own. You don't know how to draw up enough in a syringe to do that. Please, guys, stop. Just stop right where you are. If you need to microdose, call your provider. If you need to split your dose, call your provider. Don't do this on your own. And don't ask me your calculations. I'm not going to tell you. I am a registered nurse. Certainly I can. I will not. I'm not your doctor. I don't know your medical history. I don't know anything about you. You are a face to me the same way as I'm a face to you. I wouldn't trust you information on how to run my whole household. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't trust it. I don't know who you are, what you're going to tell me. Same thing. I don't know who you are. I can't tell you what to do with your body. But I do know that, now look at this. How many of you have actually done this? How many of you have actually had a complete series of blood workup before you started this medication? Have you? Do you know what your levels are at? Do you know what your A1C is? Do you know all the importance of blood work? You have to use that in order to track your progress. You want to keep a look on your numbers for your A1C. Also, you want to make sure that your liver, which is a great big filtering system, you want to know that your liver is healthy enough to support taking in this medication and then letting it out of your body. What is your liver function? Do you know? No. You have to go for a liver function test. You have to go for an A1C test. You want to also know your kidney function, which is your creatinine level. These things may mean anything to you, but guess what? You have to know that your kidneys are working correctly to process these medications. You must have all these tests done. You want to have your lipid panel done. You want to measure your triglycerides. You want to know what level is your cholesterol at. You need to know these things. You want to check out your thyroid. You want to make sure you don't have some kind of an underlying thyroid disease. You know, people with any kind of thyroid cancer cannot take this medication. If you have history of thyroid cancer in your family, I don't know if you could take it. You gotta go for these tests. You also want to check on your pancreatic functions because you know sometimes people can come down with pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is extremely serious, can be fatal. It can really be. So what you need is your A1C. All right, you need your liver function. You need your kidney function. You need your thyroid. You need your lipids. You need your pancreatic enzymes. You're about to take a serious medication. You know, I mean, I see some people testing that they are so sick and, oh my God, I had a pain, I had pancreatitis. Where did this come from? Well, let me ask you a question. Before you introduce this medicine into your body, did you go for these tests? Do you know that your body is functioning optimum level? Or if there's something a little bit off, your doctor may want to correct it. I can't tell you that. If you buy your medication from some crazy guy online, does he know how you are inside? Does he know? Do you know? I don't know, and I can't tell you that. But your doctor can. You need to be under medical supervision. I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. You ask us these questions online. Excuse me. You ask these questions online. Can I do this? Can I microdose? Can I split it? No, you can't. Do you know how to pull up the syringe? Can you do all? No, your medication comes mLs to milligrams. Some medications are done in units. How are you going to use units? It's totally different. You cannot convert these things. It goes by concentrations. Concentrations are formulated by the pharmacy according to the doctor's orders, made specifically for you, not for me. Not for Gomada Millie, only for you. So I would say a good 80% of people that have these crazy reactions are because they're not doing it right. They may have underlying medical issues that they do not know anything about. Now they're ordering these medications from these fly-by-night people. They say, pharmacy, I don't recommend these things, okay? They ask me, who do you recommend? The only ones I really and truly will recommend would be Weight Watchers. They're great. They're terrific. They have a diet as well as the medication. Noom has also gotten into this. Ro, R-O, I'm a vouch for them. But everybody else? I know all of you say, no, I've been using this one for so long. I've been using that one for so long. If they will send you to a doctor and get all these tests first, then I would say you can try it. But I won't recommend it because I don't know. I really, really don't know. There's another thing that, people have to remember too. The GLP-1 medications are not magic pills. You cannot, and I say these things from experience because I really do get these questions. I know they sound like I'm making them up. can't make this stuff up. Somebody said to me last week, "Hey, Laura, I took my first dose last night. I still weigh the same this morning. How come? I still want to eat this morning. How come? They don't work." You took the thing last night. You wanted to work today. Oh, I lost well over 40 pounds. And it took me a couple of years to do it. It's going to take time. It's not a magic pill. And if you for 1 minute think that you can shoot up your needle and then go out for McDonald's or go and have pancakes and Belgian waffles and all that kind of good stuff, you can't do that. This is not a magic pill. The shot alone will not make you lose weight. Don't let people lie to you, because it won't. It won't. It's not made to do that. It is made to suppress your appetite. That although, yes, you can have pancakes occasionally, or you can have a bagel occasionally, whatever you like occasionally, but you're going to find instead of having 5 pancakes, maybe 1 full. And that's it. I know when we eat stuff, like last night, I'll be honest with you, I made pasta and I had a little bit of Alfredo sauce on it. It was good. I had maybe not even a cup of it. And I was so full. I said to my husband, "Could you finish this for me?" I can't. It's made to reduce your appetite. If you're going to eat through it, you're not going to lose weight. Eat until you feel full, then just stop. It's going to reduce your appetite. It's not going to make you lose weight. Losing weight is going to come one way only, and that is called calorie deficit. What a calorie deficit is, it is recommended most people have 12 to 1,400 calories a day. And I say most people. Everybody is different. Here comes the old doctor trick again. Most people have 12 to 1,400 calories a day. You want to eat less than that. So if you know you're allowed 1,200 calories a day, maybe you'll have 1,100. Maybe you'll have 1,000. You know, you have to have a deficit. You have a deficit, you will lose weight. You will. Can't eat the same as you used to. You can't have 3 slices of pizza and then maybe some wings on the side and took my shot. Why aren't I losing the weight? No, it's only one way you're going to do it. With your shot, it'll help you. It's a tool only. And you're going to have a calorie deficit. And you're going to watch what you eat. You're going to eliminate your junk food. You're going to eat healthy. You may want to start walking again. I know on my Facebook page, we have our other admin, Christine. She has formed a step-up group, and we are sending her our steps every day, and we are being accountable for how much we walk. You have to be mindful. There is no magic pill, and this is not a magic pill. Do it the right way. Go to a doctor or a healthcare provider. I go to a clinic. And I have wonderful people that work with me in the clinic. And yes, I am under a doctor's care. Yeah, I am. And I always have been. I always will be. And you should be too. But you need to do that. And what you also need to do on this is up your protein. That is such a nice word, up your protein. What the heck is a protein? I mean, listen, how much protein does a Happy Meal have? I don't know. But, you know, that's the problem. We throw words out there. And not everybody in this world knows what foods are high in protein. I really didn't before I started all of this, so I'm going to tell you. Your proteins will be, yeah, a good source of protein. I'm going to read it to you because I copied it all down. Chicken, turkey, lean beef, fish, all kinds of seafood, eggs and egg whites, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Then you can have your beans, lentils, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, edamame. You could also have a protein shake. I know a lot of people use Premier Protein. I kind of like that one. I couldn't have the chocolate in the morning because it made my stomach go blah, blah, blah. So I'd have the vanilla one in the morning. It was pretty good. When I wanted it, it was good. And powders that you could mix up. People have been using the powdered proteins in their coffees in the morning. That's an idea, right? That's a very good idea. Now, there are some suggestions in how to divide the foods up, Eat slowly. I promise you, this is not your last meal. Go easy. I won't come and take the food away from you. Go slow. Chew it. Enjoy it. Think about what you're doing. You know what somebody said to do, and I actually did it when I really had all that big amount to lose? I got smaller paper plates. Normally I would buy, the average size paper plate. And what I did was I got a smaller one. And so when I put a smaller amount of food in a smaller plate, my brain thought I was having a larger amount of food. And I really wasn't. I tricked myself. So get smaller plates. Get bigger glasses so you can have more water, but have smaller plates. All right? Severely limit greasy, fried, and sugary foods, because that combination is proven to cause nausea. So if you find yourself getting very nauseous right away, then you know what? Look at what you're eating. Look at what you're eating. Focus on your proteins, which I just read to you, your vegetables, your fruits, and your whole grains. Try to focus on that kind of stuff. And you know what it is too, you'll find when you're on these medications, your focus is not so much like when you're on keto or another diet or regular Weight Watchers on calorie. It's more on how much protein you can get and how much water you can drink. So don't worry, oh my God, I can have a whole grain. You know how many calories is that? Don't matter. You want to get your proteins in. You want to get your water in. That's really what you want to focus on. And if any of you are on Weight Watchers and you have the Weight Watcher app, you will see on the Weight Watcher app when you're on a GLP-1 medication doesn't have calorie counts on that. It has protein counts on that. Vegetable count, fruit count, water count. That's what you're going to focus more on. Also, you have to drink water regularly. You honestly do. You remember we talked about your kidneys and all of that kind of stuff. You want to flush everything out of your system. This is medication. You want to flush everything out of your system. Keep yourself very well hydrated. A lot of people have hair loss. A lot of people have a lot of fat loss, and you get a little saggy. I know. I really got to tell you, I really have. My face is so... Got to pay the price somehow, right? So I chose this. What can I tell you? But drink water. Have extra water. They have these great water drops that are good. I like the Smart Water, really, because to me, the Smart Water has some electrolytes in it, and that can also help you with your nausea and things like that, Who should not take these medications? There are people that should not go near these GLP-1 medications at all, ever. History of thyroid cancer. If you ever had thyroid surgery, you really better check this out before you decide to take this medication. If you have something called MEN2, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome. If you have been diagnosed with MEN2, probably can't take it. If you have a history of severe stomach or pancreas problems, probably should not take it. So if you have any of these things and your doctor is saying, nah, I don't think it's good for you, don't go online and buy it, don't take it. You wind up in the hospital and you'll wind up really, really, really quite sick. What else do I recommend? Honestly, I recommend you track. I recommend that you track every single thing you eat, every single thing you drink. Track. Go online, get a good tracker. I know some of them you have to pay for. I know. I have my FitnessPal, and I got the premium one, and I could key in what I wanted to show. I adjust it to my needs. Look, if you're investing a couple of $100, close to $1,000 a month on this stuff, then guess what? You could afford $20 a year to get yourself a good tracker. Lose It is also a good tracker. I was looking in it the other day. Lose It, LOSEIT, It's good. I thought it was fixed. Honestly, since I have surpassed my goal, I don't really track anymore. I gotta be honest with you, I don't. I've lost a lot of weight. I really don't want to lose more. I'm kind of like happy where I am. But on the other hand, if I see that suddenly I've gone up 2 to 3 pounds, it's like, time to watch. And there I go on my FitnessPal. I start tracking for a day or so, and you'll be amazed. Comes right down here. Good again. You will get there if you do it the right way. You will get there if you do it the right way. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to talk about is your weekly injections. I have another video on here that you might want to look up, and it shows you how to draw up your needle in your vial if you're doing units. Okay? If you are buying your pen, that's easy enough. Or if you are getting pre-filled syringes, which is what I'm getting. I am on the tirzepatide, and now I'm almost at max. Now I am on, what am I on? I think I'm on 9 milligrams a week. I'm on 9 of tirzepatide. So, you know, and remember something too, don't be in such a hurry to increase your dosage, because everything has a cap, you know. And if you're in such a hurry, increase, once you get up to your cap, you can't go nowhere. Then what are you going to do? Your body is going to get used to that cap, and nothing is going to work anymore. Where are you going to run? Go slow. Go slow. Now, there are only 3 places you can inject that are approved. Under your arm, you're not giving yourself a flu shot. Nobody's giving you a flu shot. Your shots are under here or around your belly button. All right? Around this area. Here. Around. Every week you're going to change your spot. Here, 1 week. Here, another week. Here, another. You can keep going around in a circle. Alrighty? Or the top of your thigh. The top. I don't know if you can see this up here. See if I could tilt the camera down. Up here. Top. Here. See that? Up there. Top of your thigh. All right, between your knee and between your groin, that area. All right, not all the way up, not on the side, not on the back. Can't do it in the butt. Can't do it in the glutes. Can't do it in the muscle. Those 3 places. Here, or here. That's it. That's it. People all think that they could do it wherever they want. All right, fine, do what you want to do. But when you're not losing weight, when something happens, I want to hear it. Don't DM me. No. First thing I'll ask you, where are you doing it? Did you increase your own dosage? You did? Call your doctor. I'm sorry. I played it by the book, and you should too. Alrighty. So those are the places you're supposed to do it. Like I said, can you change your dose? No. Can you decide to go up just because you don't think it's working anymore? No. You have to go through your 4 weeks at each level. Then you could increase your dose. If you increase it too soon, you're going to get sick. Your body cannot handle it. It's made to go slow. So I don't want to hear, but you know what? It's 2 weeks already and I haven't lost anything. And drink more water. Increase your protein. How about if you walk up and down the steps a couple of times? How about if you do all these things? Maybe then you will lose a little bit. Not a magic pill. Shooting yourself up with extra medicine isn't going to make you lose more. It's going to make you sick more. Let's talk about some side effects. You know, everybody, man, I have so many people on the page that they sit there looking at their medicine. Nah. Maybe tomorrow. Nah. They're terrified. I admit it, I was too. When I first got my medication, I had it in the refrigerator, like just looking at it. Like, are you going to do it yourself? No. I was afraid. I didn't want to get sick. I hear so many horrible stories. Chances are you really won't. You know, look, a lot of times when people go online and ask questions about what do you do for nausea, what do you do for this, what do you do for that, That's all you're going to hear. You don't see anybody coming online saying, gee, what do I do about being so happy? Wow, help me not be so happy. No. People will come online when they have a problem. And those, unfortunately, are the ones you're going to see. That's why on my page, we have Transformation Tuesday. Man, you guys see the results we get on that. All these pictures of people, gee, they lost 53 pounds, they lost this, over time, yeah. And not everybody is throwing their guts up every day. Not everybody is like so constipated that they got little marbles coming out. No. But if you do get nauseous, and you can, try to, usually I try not to eat a half hour. I took my shot in the morning. I try not to eat a half hour before, or I will wait a half hour after my shot before I'll have my breakfast. That's me. I read it somewhere that really does help curb stuff, so I've been doing it, and I don't get nauseous. But if you do, try to go the natural way with it. I had ordered Ginger Chews. It's a Dramamine Chewy. I got them on Amazon. Ginger Chews. They were very, very good. They really helped me. So you could try that for nausea. Or if your nausea is really, really bad and it's almost debilitating that you're sick, you could call your doctor. Remember that guy? And he could prescribe you Zofran. The generic of that would be Ondansetron, which is what I have. It's a little sublingual. If I really get nauseous, and occasionally, depending on what you eat, you can, I would use the Ondansetron or the Ginger Chews. They're very, very, very good. Constipation. A lot of people complain about that. Are you drinking enough water to keep everything coming out? Are you drinking enough water, having enough protein? Are you having your veggies? Don't keep your diet dry. You want to try to moisten it up a little bit. You know what goes in, gotta come out. And you want it to come out nicely. What I also found for constipation is Smooth Move tea. SMOOTH, Smooth Move, MOVET. You can buy it in the supermarket, you can buy it in the pharmacy. It's a little tea bag. It tastes good too, really, it does. I tried the Smooth Move. That's very good. Over the counter also, you can get Colace, COLACE, which is also called Docalax. That's pretty good. That'll help you. You can take, go by the label. It'll tell you how many you can take a day. If you're in bad shape, you can do that. Colace is really good. But if the Smooth Move tea doesn't work, you can go with the Colace or the Docalax. That will work. Give it time. You're not going to swallow the pill before it even goes down. I didn't go yet. Give things a chance to work. Our problem is really, we live in an immediate society. Hit your button and your computer's on. Hit the microwave, your food is ready in 30 seconds. Flip the channel and bing, your Netflix cat. Hit your computer. Order Grubhub or whatever it is. We are used to a demand and result society. In the real world, these kind of things don't work that way. The medication is going to take a while to work, yeah. And the Colace may take time to work. Smooth Move tea may take time to work. Give your body a chance to absorb it. For goodness sakes, we are not robots. Take your time, all right? Look, guys, that's what I always tell everybody. It took you a long time to become overweight and obese and all the rest of it. It took time. It didn't happen overnight. You didn't go to bed last week, a size 3, and wake up today, an extra large or whatever it is. It didn't happen overnight. It took time, right? It's going to take time to lose it too. Resign yourself to the fact. It's going to take time. The slower, the better. It'll last longer. And also resign yourself to the fact you may be on this medication for a very, very long time. Some people find they have to stay on it for the rest of their life. It's a simple fact. You may not. You may do great. You may be able to control everything. You may not. Keep your options open to see which way it's going to go for you. Don't ask 5,000 people online. Everybody's going to give you a different answer. Watch your body, watch your scale, and listen to your medical professional. Those are the best ones that know. Now, for these sulfur burp things that people talk about, You know, they're awful. Heartburn. Heartburn. Damn, I remember when I was pregnant. Heartburn. It comes right up and... Well, I was an RN in the hospital for many years, and what we found, and I can't pass this off to you, what we found that really worked best is you take like a half a teaspoon, maybe even a little bit less than a half, measured teaspoon, not the teaspoon, I think. Measure it in 1 8-ounce full, 8 to 10 ounce glass of water. Baking soda, water. Measured amount in the water, measured amount. Stir it up. The water is going to go clear. Drink it slowly. Bam! That is a magic pill. My husband suffers from terrible, terrible GERD. God, he went for endoscopies and this and that. And I kept telling him, sweetie, please try my baking soda. Disgusting. Please try my baking soda. Disgusting. Please try it. All right, give it to me. Shut up. It's a magic pill. Yeah, I know. Years you're suffering. Couldn't you ever listen to me? I did this for a living. Hello? So now, he said, my son too. My son suffered from terrible, terrible heartburn. So finally one day he did the baking soda with the water and he called me back. He says, Ma, that really works. Yes, it does. Try it. So for those of you who are also on the Facebook page, Semaglutide for Beginners, it's up in the featured section. You can take a look at that too. Alrighty? So now let me see what else I can tell you. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything because I did make a lot of notes. The benefits beyond weight loss. This I like. Benefits beyond weight loss. Well, we know it's going to improve your blood sugar level control. Well, that's what they were originally for, so that's like no big surprise. But what now they're finding out is that these GLP medications also reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. Could it be because you're losing weight and all your numbers are coming down and so that's why it's reducing it? I don't really care what the reason is. I just know that the benefits of it is it can reduce risk of heart attack or stroke. That's good enough for me to know. Now, in spite of what some of you feel when you first started that, I'm so tired, I gotta take 5 naps today. Then I have to take a nap after my nap because I'm too tired if I'm napping. I'll catch you later, I'm going to sleep. I know that feeling. The day after my shot, it's like, I used to take my shot on a Saturday morning, but very honestly, I'm very, very active in my church. Actually, I'm a worship leader in my church, and so it's very difficult when you got the mic in your hand and the camera in your face, and you're like, that could be embarrassing. So I was like so tired, so sleepy. So I changed my my date to Friday. I take it on Friday, and Saturday I'll catch a couple of cat naps in the afternoon, or I'll go to sleep earlier. But yeah, in the beginning, you really, really may feel quite tired. That was the one effect I really did have. Made me tired. It still does when I first take my shot. I get sleepy quicker. But you'll get used to it, and your body will get used to it. And once your body adjusts to everything, these things will come and go. You know, you may find you get nauseous just when you do your shot, then it's gone. Get tired right before you do your shot, right after you do your shot, and then it's gone. These things they do, they come, they go, they do everything else like that. So, to summarize, okay, here is your beginner's checklist. Doctor's visit with a medical history check, blood tests, your A1C, liver, kidney, cholesterol, thyroid, and pancreas. You want to rule out stuff like any chances of thyroid cancer. You will take your medications weekly, unless otherwise prescribed by your doctor or healthcare provider, in the stomach, the thigh, or the arm. Or you can take your daily pill. Start with a low dose, increase slowly. Yeah, if you see that you're losing weight and you're at a low dose, stay there. Stay there, stay there, stay there. don't increase. Don't increase. Some of these places want you to increase automatically, but then they charge you more for every increased dosage. If you are losing weight, where you're at, advocate for yourself. Stay where you are, all right? And stay consistent with your schedule. The only time your schedule may have to be disrupted is if you have to go in for surgery. Any kind of anesthesia, you need to stop your medication at least a full 7 days before. Nothing. I just had cataract surgery this past spring, actually just 3 weeks ago. Looks good, but anyway. I had both eye cataract surgery, one at a time. Thank God. And for each one, because they do use some anesthesia. I didn't need it, but they have it ready anyway. A week before. So I had to miss a dose. But as soon as I came home, but you do have to stop it for a number of reasons, which we're not going to go into. But just know that you have to stop your shot a week before any kind of anesthesia. All right? Side effect, nausea, constipation, diarrhea, stomach upset. Eat small meals, avoid greasy food, vegetables and fiber, whole grains in moderation. So, that's it. Next time, I'm going to come back. We're going to have a part 2, where part 2 is going to be actually demonstrations. Again, we're going to go over the needles, how to draw them up, how to inject. I will do my own probably on a Friday, because I will take a shot, a video of me doing my own shot, so you can see how it goes step by step. In the meantime, if anybody is interested in joining our Facebook page, it is Semaglutide for Beginners. It is a private group, therefore you will need to answer questions. All scammers and peptide users are not welcome. You will be banned and you will be denied. Okay? So listen, thank you so much for joining us today on YouTube. I really hope you can put your comments below. And you know, if you want me to cover any particular subject here on YouTube, please put it in comments. I really and truly will cover any topic you want me to cover. If you want to go over exercises or how to use apps or anything you could think of that you may have an interest that you want to see up on YouTube, please let me know. Alrighty? Please subscribe below. That does help us. If we get enough subscribers, then you know what, we could go live. And then I would love to schedule a live where you could actually talk to me now, and we can get your questions answered as you watch. That'd be terrific. So just please, like I said, subscribe to the channel. If you like, you could ask to join our Facebook page and comment below. Okay? Thank you so very much for watching. And we will see you for part 2 of Semaglutide for Beginners, a beginner's guide. Have a great, wonderful day. Thank you so much, and God bless.